for having me.
Now, color trends. Let's talk quickly. General fit. What are the do's? What are the essentials? Let's say I'm having a Christmas party over the weekend. Not really. I don't have an eye for fashion like yourself. What should I know?
Okay. Well, it's important to know that every Christmas there are actually people in the world employed as color coordinators, and their job is to search fashion, the automotive industry, housewares for colors and what's happening. So this year, the actual color trend is for jewel tones or peacock colors.
Really?
Yeah. And you can easily, these colors can intermix with each other, and what's good is they work with a gold base tone.
Okay.
Gold at Christmas is pretty much good in any decor.
So gold is a staple. I'm
Yeah.
going to remember that. Gold is a must and a safe staple.
Yeah, it can go in anybody's home, and then it's a great way to start off decorating.
Sure.
So jewel tones are all of these purples and pinks and lime greens.
Right, so that would be the question. For those of us, like myself, who are not too fashion encore, peacock tones will be the purples, the pinks, the greens, whatever.
Reds, and they're going to be bright.
Okay.
So some of this may be familiar to people because in the Olympics we saw that there were neon shoes. Everybody had very bright acid green shoes.
Neon is making a comeback,
very
right?
much so.
Okay.
So it's translating into Christmas.
Very
So
nice.
this just goes to show that for a quick do for the weekend,
Right.
you can literally just get a glass vase, get some colored balls, pack it up in here, get a little bit of garland,
Right.
wrap it around, and then that's your centerpiece.
Now this looks so beautiful. So we're just going to say you literally just get a glass vase, and you can get that at any store?
Any store, and they're very inexpensive. You can get stuff from $5 to $50, and then you can just put your old Christmas decorations in them, even broken ones you can't use on the tree.
Right. Oh, and Randall, and just remember, according to Randall, it's peacock colors this year, bright metallics. Wrap the garland around and throw something, and it looks all professionally done. And you don't have to have Randall in your home. Now I have something in front of me as well, and I see that this also is more earthy tone.
Yeah.
I actually love this. Is this the same concept?
Similar idea, but this is going back towards a more traditional tone.
Right.
Usually Christmas colors are red and green.
Right.
That has been since the 14th century, is what the church deemed from pine trees and red apples is where we get the color coordination of red and green for Christmas.
You know, I never knew that.
Yeah, 14th, that's how most of the world was illiterate, so the church was trying to teach, so they would bring a tree and put apples and then feed the crowd afterwards, so it translated that way. But bronzes and coppers have come into play and are becoming part of the traditional scheme. So you can take a wreath like this,
Oh, very nice.
and if you're on a rush or on a budget and you're having a party, you can put your wreath on your door, let all your guests enter, then quickly run, put it on your table, grab a vase, put it in the center, and then you have another centerpiece right away.
Voila! So in case you have to make do with just one piece, if you have a wreath on the door, take it off when nobody's looking,
Yeah.
put it on the table and throw a vase on top of it. But it's beautiful. And this also, these are fruits.
Yes, these are just decorative beaded fruits. And sometimes you can get them you can buy them as a lei, so they come all tied together, but you can just cut them off and put them together.
It's beautifully done though.
Thank you.
So you literally just get a glass vase and you
Yes,
do that.
and it shows you how quick and simple you can just literally pack everything in, and then, if you wanted to, after you can then use them on your tree or whatever.
Now, what colors are you using in your house? Because obviously if you're doing a color, we'll do that too.
Yeah, well I have 2 kids, Mia and Ava, and so our home is typically based on our children. So we do trees with stuffed animals in them, lots of lights. If you want it to be more sophisticated, you can do a singular color palette.
Okay.
What's important to remember is texture. You can see that there's shiny,
Right.
and then there's matte,
Okay.
and then there's ones with all kinds of stuff on them.
The glitter, which I love. Now, I just want to ask you, is it okay to mix it all together? So we do have the shiny, we do have the matte,
Yes.
we do have like the extremely shiny ones,
Yes.
which I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
Can you mix them all together?
Absolutely, you should mix them all together. The
Okay.
more different textures you have, the different sizes that you use, is that it'll become more cohesive. Instead of using the same color ball, mix them all together.
Now, I know you're speaking about your family and the impact they have on your Christmas. Your daughter, Ava, is actually a Christmas story. She's a young author, one of the youngest, like 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years old.
So what is the inspiration behind this book?
She wrote a Christmas story on her own for no reason last year Christmas. And the story itself was such a nice story that our family thought that it was something that should be published. But like all parents, you think your kids do great things.
Right.
So we didn't really take it on until we were kind of pushed this summer to do that. And what was nice about it is it's a child's perspective on how Santa Claus and Jesus Christ come together and why Santa was made by Jesus so that kids around the world could celebrate his birthday as well.
Where's the book available?
It's available at Nigel Arcan in Ellerslie Plaza only for now, and at Rainy Days in Ellerslie Plaza.
7-year-old story of Santa Claus.
And Mia, her sister, was also the illustrator.
Oh, very nice.
So it was a work in progress together. So it's been very successful. It's also on Amazon.com in 5 countries around the world, so we're very proud.
Randall, you've managed to make me feel not only that I have no sense of fashion, but I'm really an underachiever this morning.
Not sure.
But you have how many daughters? 2?
2.
Okay.
11 and 9.
And they're both involved in that book.
Yes, they are.
So special good morning to Ava and
Mia and Eva.
Mia and Eva. Good morning. Now, just before we wrap again, quickly,
Sure.
the do's. What are the don'ts?
The don'ts is to get over-involved in trying to make life perfect. It's Christmas, it should be about celebration, it should be about enjoying your family and enjoying your home. So you don't have to go all out. If you're on a budget, do one singular piece as best as possible and as large as possible. Don't have many little things. Have one singular piece. Focus on your tree and make that and do a centerpiece on a table and then you're good to go. Or use one room as your Christmas room and do something in there.
Now, Randall's actually an interior designer. He's into the whole concept of doing all those things that you see on HGTV. Contact information.
My company's Homework Design Studio, and I can be called at 680-6732, or I'm on Facebook at Homework Design Studio, and my website is homeworkdesignstudiott.com.
Check it out. Some quick Christmas tips there. Beautiful decorations if you're working on a budget. He's just giving you the do's and don'ts, and peacock colors, neons, metallics, mix it all together. I'm Hema, and we've come to the end of this segment. When we come back, Jassy Marie will be joining us on set.